Thank you, Shreya.
And I also welcome our headmistress, Mrs. Bhuvaneshwari, this gathering and introduce the day's icon. The brightest of the bright star, the rarest of the rare gem, the humblest of the humble. I can go on like this to describe this eminent personality. Miss Shreya is a multi-talented person who proved herself best always from her childhood. Even though it's a tough task to read out a long list of her achievements in short duration due to time constraint, I will try to put it in a nutshell. So far, she has for her credit the following honors: 451 prizes, 19 gold medals, 145 state, international and national awards, 514 performances in over 19 countries. 28 interviews in the field of fine and performing arts. She has been honored with the titles Child of the Year 2003, Child of the Year 2005 by the Ministry of the Women and Child Welfare, Government of Karnataka. In 2007, Shreya, then aged 13, sold her artwork for 1,037,500 euros at the 12th International Competition of the World of Arts magazine at the Art Gallery, Young People's Artworks in Slovenia. She has donated this amount to the Red Cross Society to be used for the social cause only. In addition to the above, she has received a National Exceptional Achievement Award 2008 in the field of academics from Bal Bhavan Society, Ministry of Women and Child Welfare, Jawaharlal Bal Bhavan, Bangalore. The Times NI Student of the Year 2008-2009. She has been selected for Pogo TV Amazing Kids Award 2008 in the Genius category. In addition to the above, she also received Indira Gandhi Shiromani Award, Rashtriya Ratna Award, Aryabhatta Award, Leonardo da Vinci Award, all her credits. But I really need to mention that in par with all these achievements, she has also maintained an excellent academic record. I feel proud to announce that she is among the youngest women film directors in the country. She has directed and acted in the Kannada film Billion Dollar Baby when she was just 6 years old. In the film,
16 years.
it explores themes of parenting and growing up, has been produced by her father.
To all the teachers, the whole faculty of Pune Kanya and all the students out here. Good afternoon. Okay, so you all are not hypoglycemic. Fine. First of all, I would like to share something, a very less known fact that I started out as a student of Pune Pradya Education Center, Indranagar, you know. So. Although I've been to a lot of schools and colleges like this, but I'm really overwhelmed and very happy that today I have come to your school because it feels like it took me back, it took me back into my childhood, and I remember everything so vividly as to how I used to enjoy the homely atmosphere in my school, and the teachers who used to encourage me so much, and the friends. So it's all like, you all are reliving the same thing. So I feel really happy, and I would like to thank all the whole faculty and the whole school for considering me worthy enough to come here and talk to you and talk about my experiences and all. So first of all, like I said, I'm very happy about this, and today we have done this movie called $1 Billion Baby, and that it's based on my own achievements. So what I wanted to portray through the movie, it is basically an inspirational, motivational and educational movie that each one of you should be seeing actually. But it's been already 100 days since it's released, and I think day before yesterday, it was like 100 days had gotten over. So through the movie, and basically what I want, or what me and my parents want children of your age and students to know is, all my life, you all must be knowing something called Karmane Vadikaraste Na Phaleshu Katachalam, right? Yes? Yes? Only so many of you know? Yes. Okay, can someone tell me the meaning? Raise your hand, whoever knows. Okay, tell me. I think someone will be knowing that. Tell the meaning. Okay, fine. Okay, you all are too shy, I guess. So, the meaning of the shloka is that, whenever you do something, whatever you want to do in life, whatever you are going to do, you should never expect something selfishly in return and then do that, Okay, I'm going to do this, so I'll get something in return, and that's the reason I should be doing it. So whenever you are doing anything, I'm sure all of you, most of you are like high school students, so you already would have been thinking of what to become in the future, right? All of you have dreams, now? Okay. So all of you, the only success to reach your dream is that you should believe in yourself, you should give your 100%. Only when you give your 100%, only when you put in all the hard work that you can, without expecting anything in return. When you do something selflessly, then only you will reach your dream, you will acquire your dream. That is what I would like to say. And at the same time, you all, now this is something everyone would have heard. Everyone in India, not just India, everyone in the world would have heard that Matru Deva Bhava, Pitru Deva Bhava, Acharya Deva Bhava, right? Now I want someone to tell me the meaning. Okay, tell you.
Parents are God and teachers are.
Correct. So, parents and our mom, our mother who gives us birth, our dad, who exposes us to the world, and our teachers who teach us how to come up in life, how to become good human beings. All these people are the major factors who influence or who shape our lives. So you all know that, all our parents, we might have not seen any God in person. We might be seeing Krishna as a statue, or, any God for that instance, as in calendars, as photos, as statues. But then the only gods that we actually see, we actually visually see our parents and our teachers, right? So with their blessings, you can go to any level, so never hurt them, they know the best, what is best for you. So when in a child's development, along with the interest of the child, the parents' interest and encouragement and support is even more important. I've always wanted to become an astronaut. So to become an astronaut, there are 16 varieties of training, out of which I've completed the first 5. And is there anyone who wants to become an astronaut here? Okay, quite many. So, okay, so who wants to become doctor then? Okay, an engineer? Okay. And who wants to become a businessman? Anything regarding business? Okay, and who wants to get into arts? Like dance, music, anything? Okay. So here is a mixture of all only dive by my own, but then there were people, of course, to see if something goes wrong. Like that. Yeah, ask.
Who is your role model?
There are a lot of role models. There are a lot of people I admire. I feel basically every person should be a role model to everyone. Like coming here, I'm learning how to be nice, and you all are so lovely, and I'm feeling happy that today I will take something back from all of you. So you all can also be my role model. But frankly speaking, actually, when you ask me who's my role model, I would like to tell that my role model is my mother, because she's the one who's brought me. She's the one who's brought me into the world, who's taught me how to follow my dreams, who's made me differentiate between good and bad, and who's always been my backbone all the time, who's always supported me. And a mother is very sensitive. Like for example, if you tell I'm going to cycle or I'm going to go out after 7 o'clock or something, your mom will be so scared. So imagine my mom, when I told her I want to be an astronaut, I want to go here, I want to go 100 feet below sea level, and how much scared she should have been. But along with that, even though she was nervous and scared, she made me go. I mean, she was so supportive and encouraging that she let me do whatever I wanted to. And no matter what I become tomorrow, I want to become a beautiful person like my mom.
Why did you take MBBS when you wanted to become an astronaut?
Like I said, I want to do space medicine. And like in MBBS, after right, MBBS is a 5 years course. And after 5 years, you will have to do like PG, post-graduation in any of the fields. You can become a physician, a surgeon, a gynecologist, or a pediatrician, right? So like that only there is a super specialty called space medicine. So I want to specialize in that, and that will be easier because just because you want to become an astronaut doesn't mean you should have an engineering background or anything. You should have engineering a physics background, a strong biological background, because when you go into space you should know what kind of medicines or what kind of because space is totally different from Earth. Today I might prescribe you some kind of medicine, but when we are in space, the whole body, the whole metabolism, everything is different. So that is what we learned for 2 years, and after the specialization, I'll be completing all my other trainings of astronaut. Yes, anyone? Okay, ask.
You told that your first training was operating an aeroplane. When operating by yourself, did you feel scary or?
First time.
It's not scary, it's just that butterflies that you get in your stomach, that whether you'll be able to do well or not. Right? You have that kind of feeling when you give an exam, although you know you will do well. Correct, no? You would have studied all night, you would have studied the whole year, you would be sure you will top, but still, that thing, what if something happens? Little nervousness you will have, but at the same time there's a lot of excitement to learn something new. So when you have that zeal in you, even how many ever butterflies come into your stomach, everything will go. Anyone else? Ask. Louder, please.
What course do you have to teach?
Like I said, actually I had gotten into Harvard University. It had introduced this course called Aeronautics and Astronautics. That course has a physics background as well as a medical background, all the kind of technical backgrounds. But what happened, ours was the first batch and we were like people who have got selected. But there was just a lot of rules and regulations, like you have to be in America, you have to work for US, you can't come back to India, and there were just a lot of things that we didn't like. So I'm doing MBBS here, and then I'll do MD, and then I can join the same course back.
You said you were doing MBBS. Where did you get the time to go?
This was when I was small, right? I started the training when I was in 6th standard. I was in 6th standard, and at the same time, it's not just the technical part, becoming an astronaut and all. I always loved dancing. Even today I dance, and I've completed my junior and senior, and I'm doing my Vidvarthana right now. So it's like there has not been a single day wherein I have wasted.
The today's guest has followed. Unbelievable her achievements are. But it's very true. An author of inspiration to prove that nothing is impossible. And it's pleasure to bid my heartfelt thanks to such a wonderful person for being here and sharing their precious thoughts to evoke the young minds to pursue their dreams. Now I request Headmistress Mrs. Bhuneshwari to honor her with the thanks to her parent as well. I also extend my thanks to our Vice Principal, Headmistress, colleagues and my dear students for being supportive in organizing this event. Thank you.